What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. We know that the white liberal Karen is perhaps the most destructive force on earth, far more destructive than really any level of, natural disaster. The damage being done by these lunatics is hard to truly determine as my dogs are playing. Trust me, the growling is just how German Shepherds play. You guys be good. We have this particular, I have two little nuggets here. I've got a couple of different crazies I want to highlight for you here. We have this woman who called CPS because a high school wanted to start a conservative club. You might think, Jeremy, that's crazy. Nobody does that. Oh, but I have the video. This is perhaps one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. This is why conservatives are attacked constantly. This is why liberals feel it's okay to throw things and hit and do whatever they want to conservatives, because they spend their lives dehumanizing them. And let's start here. By the way, if you missed the gaming news, I know the channel's kind of morphed into more just like world news type stuff now. I've kept up the gaming news. I've just been uploading it to Unsleeved Media, which is kind of my old gaming channel. I brought it back from the dead. If you want to watch videos on like Blizzard, or sometimes, what's going on with, the gaming news, or you want to watch box openings, fun stuff, Unsleeved Media, please go subscribe to it, and I'll leave a link in the description. Here is this woman, by the way, who again she weaponized CPS against high school students for starting a conservative club.
A report was made to Child Protective Services. All of this was provided. In December of 2025, Turning Point USA hosted an event marketed to high school students with
totally fine. They don't call these people on, these liberals that want to do that, right? They never do.
Food and beverages advertised as an incentive for attendance.
So
while community building opportunities for students are important, this event raises serious concerns related to student safety, parental rights, and governance oversight.
Again, drag shows at the library, that's totally fine. Drag shows, LGBTQ stuff, all that kind of stuff, totally fine. But a conservative club, we've got to call in Child Protective Services. This, by the way, is let's see here. Well, I think she gives her name later. Oh, Nancy Krause. She was a 2023 Rookie Volunteer of the Year. You can find Nancy in the museum store, in volunteer council council meetings, and at special events. By the way, the Calvert Marine Museum, not getting good reviews after this, getting lots of phone calls.
That materials indicated that adults, including parents and legal guardians, were not permitted to attend, and that supervision would be provided by unnamed volunteers, excluding parents and guardians from a student-focused event.
The parents were not barred from exist. I know TPUSA is, raging about TPUSA is all the rage right now. Candace Owens has made tens of millions of dollars doing it, and I know lots of TikTokers are following her business model. But no, I am sure TPUSA would have allowed parents to attend.
Creates a lack of transparency and undermines established best practices for youth safety. School-affiliated or school-adjacent activities should adhere to clear supervision standards, background check requirements, and defined accountability structures. I am also concerned about a potential conflict of interest involving Board of Education members serving as guest speakers at this event. Board members are entrusted with fiduciary and ethical responsibilities and participation in events targeting students, particularly when...
Why would you call CPS? First of all, I know that organization has done some good over the years, but it's largely a garbage organization that needs to be completely, if not closed altogether, rebuilt from the ground up.
When parental access is restricted,
it wasn't
warrants
restricted.
Careful review to ensure compliance with district policies, ethics guidelines, and public trust obligations. Students are widely recognized as vulnerable population. They are in critical developmental stages. And
that's fine. It's fine for the school district in that very same state to sponsor these ICE walkouts, right? That's fine.
Especially susceptible to influence. For this reason, safeguarding measures, parental involvement, and transparency are essential. All Board of Education members in this room are mandated reporters under state law, as I am. Based on the circumstances surrounding this event, a report was made to Child Protective Services. All of this was provided along with
Thank you for your comments.
Why would you call it CPS? You know what I mean? Nancy Krause is very proud of her speech. She sent out via email to the board to the prior day. The email originated outside the organization. Good afternoon, Karen. I will be reading the statement at BOE meeting this day. At the public speaking section during the most recent Board of Education meeting, several citizens and as part of a poem from an email that concerned citizens sent the board. I'm taking this opportunity, blah, 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 blah. Again, we're calling Child Protective Services. Public records show that Nancy Krause, who has worked as a community health nurse, another woke nurse. What are the odds? Literally 100%. She's a nurse at community health. I wonder if she treats conservatives with the same love and care that she treats liberals. And also, by the way, of course, TPUSA came out and said parental attendance was prohibited. Wrong. Is that even a truthful statement? I don't know TPUSA that well, but I would think if a parent wanted to attend, they'd be welcome. Of course they would be. Of course. According to the president of the chapter, the only adults prohibited were adults that the students didn't know or that didn't have ties to the school. So they didn't let outside agitators in. It was a complete lie. It's the polar opposite. But they're not worried about this teacher. Are euphoria boners normal? I'm a substitute teacher, and earlier this week, I introduced myself to a new class. I wrote my name and pronouns, she, her, on the whiteboard. Whenever my students referred to me as she or miss, I got excited. Do any of you girly men also get hard when you're validated, or is it just me?
Oh, that's not right. No.
Did she call anybody about that? Tyler Bowers writes, Turning Point is the singular most attacked independent organization in America. We've had the government weaponized against us. Radicals try to villainize us. All kinds of disgusting name calling since Charlie was murdered. We all know it's because our work is so impactful. Again, Calvert County is a GOP county in Maryland, so TPU can absolutely try to sue this woman for defamation there, as any parent who was falsely reported. Anyone affected can also push for criminal charges. Here, legal consequences for a false report to CPS. Knowingly making false statements or the report to authorities is a misdemeanor in Maryland. Such actions can result in severe legal consequences, including fines and potential imprisonment. You may be able to pursue charges. And again, this is what I keep telling people. If you're in these states, you have to do it. It is your duty to do the paperwork and get these people charged, because they just operate with complete impunity. They just do whatever they want and no one cares. Listen, look at this. Here we have a local, I wonder if anybody called on this local trans Karen. So here's a woman just sitting there peacefully. Let's see how this individual.
Children, so you are trying to harass other people's children. Hi. Yeah. Beth likes to portray me as out of control, but what would you do if this woman was stalking your children?
She's not doing any of that, by the way.
Outside of their school. Do you know how many calls I've gotten from parents today about this woman?
0. I'm going to guess she's a liberal at 0. How do the average Democrats see all these videos of lunatics outside, insane out of their mind, unhinged freaks on their side, and not question the side they're on? Yeah. I would think that's what happened to me a few years ago. I still don't really call myself like a Republican, but I'm not a Democrat, because look at these people.
Saying that she is harassing their children, and they're
She's
like,
not.
We can't get rid of her. What are we going to do?
Well, she's on public property. Look how much rage this trans activist has, by the way.
Well, did you think it was okay that they had their protest here on the public sidewalk? Their
Do you know that they...
Oops. Oops, rules for thee, but not for me. Again, read Rules for Radicals if you've never read it.
Public protest is protected by Ed Code and the fucking First Amendment.
So is hers. So is hers.
Which you claim you love so much, but then when other people use the First Amendment, then you're all pissed off.
Look at her. Look how rage-filled she is. Her hands are literally shaking. Like, literally shaking. She wants to strike this woman so badly.
Fucking hypocrite!
But why can't I do a protest while they're doing a protest?
You're a fucking hypocrite, Beth Board!
Why can't I do a protest while they're doing it?
Why not? Yeah, good question. Why not?
It was a good chance to exchange information.
And
Yeah.
you're not able to.
This woman is a saint. She's just staying calm. She knows what she's getting is absolute gold. And this is the stuff that Republicans need to remind people around the midterms. I know, some people who claim to be conservative for the past 3 years when the grift was hot are telling you not to vote, but I'm telling you to vote. Sure, we're still getting stupid Democrat policies with Republican leadership. It's not perfect. But don't you remember what 2020 to 2024 was like? Do you remember what the last 2 years of Trump's first presidency was like? You can't watch this stuff and think, I'm going to sit on the sidelines.
To do your protest. Look at you.
I
Look
want-
at you standing here.
I want-
You're still here you're still fucking here, even
Whoa.
though the police came and took a fucking report on
So what? They took a report. She's allowed to be there.
you. And you're like, oh, the police are my friends, except we keep calling the police on you because you are harassing the children.
She's allowed to be there. She looks like she's in a public parking spot or on a sidewalk to me.
Because you will not leave other kids alone. They're not.
Geez, if only the left would take their own advice. I mean, I know you're probably not brand new to this channel. I've done dozens of videos of the left doing exactly not that. The left is the one that can't seem to leave kids alone. They're the ones with the, library drag time and bringing these creeps into the schools and hanging their pride flags in their classrooms. It's not, you don't see conservatives doing that. This woman is absolutely unhinged, rage-filled, and she does not belong in the education system. She belongs in the prison system. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.